Imagine this triple whammy. The heroes topple the Tyrant King, only for their beloved NPC to slip the crown on with a grin. The palace walls melt into tomorrow's ruins, and the prophecy tablet in the wizard's pack rearranges its own letters, spelling, "You were never the heroes." If that mashup of betrayal, time warp, and destiny bomb made your DM heart flutter, keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll have 6 plug-and-play twists that hit just as hard. Now, epic twists are the secret seasoning that turn a decent campaign stew into an adventure chili. They can jolt your complacent players awake, spark some frantic note-taking, and best of all, create stories that everyone retells for years. Today, we'll unpack the psychology of surprise and load you up with 6 ready-to-run plot twists that you can plug into any setting, from dragon-scorched deserts to a cozy tavern one-shot. Now let's talk about the predictability plateau, if you will. Even veteran DMs hit this plateau. Encounters can start to feel monotonous. Enter dungeon, defeat monster, loot chest, repeat. When players can start to forecast every beat, attention will drift to the snack piles and meme chats. Our goal here is to re-inject uncertainty but not railroad. You want the twist to feel earned, not tacked on. And it definitely needs to respect player agency. Now, this is an easy formula to say, but it's trickier to actually bake into a living campaign. All right, so twist number 1 is the betrayal. Boy, nothing burns hotter than betrayal. Let's check out some ideas. What if you seed an NPC companion in early? Maybe someone who rescues the wizard's familiar or buys the cleric around at the tavern. Months later, they reveal that they actually work for a rival faction. Or worse, they're actually the BBEG wearing social camouflage. When their mask finally drops, watch your players scramble to reevaluate every past scene with this guy. So here's some details on how to do this. Here's some red flags you can plant. For starters, what if they're always the last one to arrive to a fight? For a medium red flag, maybe she happens to misplace the ranger's silver arrows before they fight a werewolf. For a hard red flag, you could build up to the party even interpreting a letter in her handwriting, but signed using someone else's name? Even consider throwing in an aftermath dilemma here. Maybe the cleric's magical tattoos came from this traitor. Will they even work now? Does the paladin spare her? Or smite first and ask for repentance later. If you're new here, I'm Kristen and this is Kristen's Epic Adventures, your place for all tabletop role-playing things. So if that's right up your alley, you want to make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos. We'll go over rules, tips, tricks, unboxings, and reviews here. All right, twist number 2 could be a case of hidden identity. Do you ever notice how the bard's new flame seems to know an awful lot about forbidden rituals? That's because she's actually an ancient lich, using a glamoured avatar to collect components. These hidden identity twists thrive on dual realities. When the truth finally comes out, an ally becomes an enemy, or vice versa. You could even throw in a chance at redemption for some real emotional punch. So here's how to deep dive into some hidden identities. On the surface level, maybe you have a charismatic scholar guiding the party through ruined libraries. As a middle layer, maybe a time-displaced wizard is chasing artifacts to fix her era. Try to use some foreshadowing ticks here. Maybe they wince at some church bells that provide some divine resonance, and they maybe even have a shadow that points the wrong way. And don't forget to throw in some payoff. Maybe that perceptive bard who spotted that shadow earlier has advantage on persuasion rolls to halt this whole cosmic meltdown. Okay, twist number 3, a prophecy redirect. Paint a rosy prophecy here. Let the party feel that they are the chosen ones. Then reveal that the text was mistranslated and actually foretells their doom, unless they take drastic action here. Hint at some strange going-ons here and there until you finally pull the rug out. Here's some details you could use for that. Maybe a monk NPC recites a strange prayer, matching the fighter's lineage tattoo somehow. But maybe there was a translation snag, and the word champions actually says doom. Throw in a countdown as well. Maybe there's an eclipse in 5 days. If the prophecy stands without intervention, it's gonna summon an apocalyptic dragon encounter. This is a great chance to use some props too. You can hand the players a scroll that's maybe half translated. Let them discover the era themselves for player buy-in. Next up is twist number 4, your enemy becomes your ally. This is really gonna make your table freeze when the villain actually offers to team up. This creates some delicious moral friction. You end up with a collision of values here. As a DM, you're gonna have to get the party to trust who was once the villain is really now a friend. They might have to offer up some type of collateral. This is also going to create some inter-party tension. The paladin might be on board, but the rogue, not so sure. Adventurers, if you're finding this content helpful, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. It does help more adventurers find us and is a free way to support the channel. Twist number 5 is a real doozy, the time loop reveal. What if after defeating the dragon, the heroes realize they've only progressed one time loop out of many, and the whole situation resets at dawn? Think Groundhog Day here. You could have the characters experience a lot of deja vu moments until the revelation finally dawns on them that they're stuck in a time loop here that they need to do something about. Here's some details you could use to make this a little more real for the players and characters. Maybe when the characters yet again find the same NPC's journal again, it now says that it's day 17 when the copy that they have says day 5. Maybe the local tavern sign seems to change fonts between visits. Even a goblin that was slain yesterday is somehow still around and unharmed. But make sure you have an exit key for this time loop. Do they need to destroy an artifact, negotiate with a guardian spirit, or they'll decide to just embrace eternity and just decide to have unlimited ale at the tavern? Twist number 6, I'm calling the world is alive. Maybe those innocent spells that the sorcerer has been casting are actually feeding a slumbering world spirit that's ready to rewrite reality. Say that 5 times fast. You can have the environmental clues escalate and escalate until guilt and choice collide. Here's some deep dive details on that one. What if as a DM, you're actually doing a spell backlash tracker? Every spell that someone uses above 2nd level is actually feeding a pulse of energy under the ground. Maybe have the world go a little chaotic. Maybe flowers are blooming in the winter. Sap is dripping out of the trees at the wrong time of year. Or even some unsettling lullabies on the wind. Make sure you have the characters come to a fork in the road here. They could cleanse that pulse and lose high magic forever, or ride the chaos into a new world of cosmology. Now, pulling this all together, you need to know you don't need fireworks every session. Think of these twists as seasoning, not the whole soup. Space them out, weave in the foreshadowing organically, and reward some smart investigation by the players. Stay flexible. Players might actually befriend your would-be betrayer, or willingly jump into that time loop to forever max out their ale drinking proficiency. I suggest you lean in, DMs. This is where legends are born. So which one of these twists sparks your diabolical DM smile? Drop it in the comments. I'll cameo a few of these ideas in my next video. Now you're going to want to watch one of the videos on the next screen. Go ahead and click on that and I'll meet you there.